Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your host, Live Wire himself. So, Hailey Van Lith just graced the cover of Sports Illustrated. Now, I want to take the time to dive into this a little bit because her cover goes back to certain things that I have covered in another video when everybody was in an uproar over Sophie Cunningham and did her she did a photo shoot in the back of a GMC truck with in a bathing suit, and a lot of people got upset about it and said, well, you know, she's doing this, but everybody was upset because Angel Reese took the I guess she was on live. She took a picture with her and her a little Teddy and Natty, but she was showing more than what was need to be shown. And I just want to clarify that when you're doing swimsuit photos, it's not you're not showing you're showing a certain part of yourself where it's not being raunchy or um I guess dirty, you know. And Sports Illustrated has been on top of been in the game for a long, long time, showing, you know, athletes, women athletes, and swimsuit models. They've been doing it for years. They've been doing it with actors, models, athletes, whoever. And so before everybody start going out, oh, well, look at Hailey Van Lith, you know, she's showing all of this, and you know, um, but nobody said nothing about her when you know, she's doing this, and nobody's, you know, everybody was mad because Angel did this. So the two the two things are totally different. And like I said before, it's a way to show your body without showing your body, if that makes any sense. So what Hailey Van Leaf did, you know, she just you she you know, she took a swimsuit. Now she did talk to USA Today did put out an article about it, and she said that she was intimidated at first. Before I even get into that, I'm gonna just play the little clip real quick of her um little promo that they had on SI did on X. So there you heard that was a little snippet of her. You know, they highlight a lot of stuff with her basketball and everything in there. And the thing about it is that I commend Haley Van Lith for a whole lot because, you know, she's been with Louisville for 3 years. She transferred to LSU and then she transferred to TCU and, you know, almost took them to the Final Four. And she revamped her career. And that's something like that is very hard to do, to be honest with you, when it comes from an athlete standpoint, because you have to humble yourself and you have to be more gracious and you have to believe in yourself. And the one thing that she did, she took a chance on herself. And when you take a chance and you bet on yourself, 9 times out of 10, good things do come out to be very good. And I just feel like she took the right road. Now everybody knows that her boyfriend is Jalen Suggs. You know, he's played for the Orlando Magic and everything like that. And they've been, I don't know if they've been on and off, but they've been together for, far as I have known and everything like that. But you look at that clip and you see the photos online. I'm not going to show the photos on here and nothing like that. I just want to show that clip. But the thing about it is, it's very, I mean, she's a very beautiful young lady, you know, and like she said, she was intimidated doing it, but she said she wanted to bet on herself. She wanted to do something that she never did before. And that's believing in yourself. You always have to take, sometimes you have to take a leap of faith on something because you never know what it may turn out. You might have a regret later. I personally know that I had things that I could have did in my life in my younger years, and I regretted it. And but as I have gotten older and evolved, I learned to take more chances because I believe what I believe in, and that's what she did, And now she has a chance to be in the top five, top 10 of the WNBA draft. She's gonna be a first round pick, no doubt about it. Um, I have my thoughts on it. I think she might get picked by the Sparks, where she could team up with Cameron Brink over there, and then she'll probably, be on the bench, behind Kelsey Plum or whatever the case may be. She might be a starter. Who knows? I don't know, but I think she's end up in LA. But nevertheless, I think Hailey Van Lith took the right role. I think she's not she's not she's a star, but she's not a mega star, but she has her own following, but she moves in a whole different light. And like I said, she's in a relationship, so you don't have to worry about her getting into the W and be sucked into that nonsense that they got going on in the W. But at the same time, she's doing what she loves to do. So I'm gonna go over this little article real quick with SI. So they say Hailey Van Lith made history as a college basketball player, and this is male or female. It says she reached the Elite Eight 5 times in her career, and she took TCU to the Elite Eight, where they was eliminated by Texas. She noted. She said, "I was intimidated when on her decision of the shoot. I didn't know what I would be comfortable." She just said she didn't know if she would be comfortable in that setting. But she said, "I would regret it a lot if I let my insecurities or my reservations hold me back from it." And it was talk about her averaging 17.5 rebounds, 4 assists, through the season. Um, like I said, she lost to a rival Texas, and she's projected, to be selected early in the 2025 draft, which I think is next week and everything like that. And so, like I said, she played 3 seasons with Louisville. Now, she also noted that she's a loyal person. Now, she says some people think, so she said some people laugh at me when I said that because they're like, "You transferred twice." But she told SI that loyalty begins with honoring yourself before you can truly honor another a person or people. And that goes back to where I was talking about in the beginning about her believing in herself. She had to believe in herself to do the things that she did, and plus the route that she had to take to get there. Because again, in the game of life, you have to understand your being. You have to understand where your path is or your journey is. If you feel like you have a strong conviction on something, you need to follow it. Whether it's right or wrong, bad or good, you know, everybody, but you make mistakes and you learn along the way. And I do believe that Hailey Van Lith actually learned a lot, because she could have stayed at LSU, but she decided to say, "Hey, I'm going to move on and take a bet on myself and take a chance on myself." And guess what? Now, with Olivia Miles and Laura Betts, all of them staying going, and what's the Flage, they're not coming out. That helps her stock rise even more for the draft, because now she could have been potentially a second round pick. Now she's going to be a first round pick because of them people, the other young ladies staying another year in college. Now, but me personally, I commend Hailey Van Lith. I think she's a wonderful talent. I think she's going to have a solid WNBA career. She already Olympic gold medalist. She in the 3-on-3 over this past summer. So therefore, you already know she has excuse me, she has a pretty good resume for herself. Um, she said, I think sometimes my career puts ideas in people's head that I'm an individual first and foremost, and that's not the case. And I never think that she was. I think before I heard of Caitlin, I have heard of Haley first, and Ellis, I mean, over there in Louisville. And then I heard of Caitlin. And then when I saw them two play against each other, and you already know the famous Caitlin did this, and they thought it was at her, and she already cleared that up. But nevertheless, you got to understand that, a person that stays with a program and not getting anywhere and then transfer out because she figured that, hey, I go to LSU, Angel Reese there, all these other players there, I could probably get a ring. That didn't work out because guess what? She ran into Caitlin Clark again, and Caitlin Clark beat them. And then when Angel Reese and all of them left, she was like, okay, she made a decision to go to TCU, in which she was her own star of that team. She didn't have to worry about playing in the shadows or sharing the spotlight with other players. And that's where I feel like the same thing happened with Olivia Pope. I mean, not Olivia Pope, that's scandal. Olivia Miles. So she wanted her own identity. And sometimes that's not a bad thing. You bet, like I said again, you bet on yourself. And if you believe strongly in yourself and you have a strong conviction of what you believe in, then nothing else really matters at the end of the day. So, like I said, I looked at the photos online of Hailey Van Lith. Like I said, she's a very beautiful young lady. Um, she should be proud. She should be proud of her photo shoot because it's beautiful. It's not, and if people go out here and have all this negative comment about her and her photo shoot, then it's something wrong with you. I mean, this young lady she she has a pretty good career and she's looking to move on, and and she probably got big things ahead of her. So with that being said, man, I like I said, I commend her. I think the photos are good, and like I said, you saw the little short clip behind it. Hey, what else can you ask for? But then again, you got some naysayers out there going to say something crazy, but that's just how it is. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode, guys. Until the next episode. This is Live Wire Sports, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.